Yes, I know. It's been a while ago I did a episode of the VR Unplugged Q&A series, but I'm finally back on track. Oh yes, the excitement is real. So before we are going to dive deeper into the Oasis, I would like to ask you all to shoot me a comment for the next episode of VR Unplugged. You can ask me whatever you want. It can be about VR, AR, or something else. It doesn't really matter. Be my guest, so please do. And before you know it, your comment pops up in the next VR Unplugged. And now it's time to jump into the metaverse and have some fun. Of course, let's go! Wider field of view. Hey, that sounds great to me. I don't know what this is all about, but I do approve this comment. I do, yeah. I mean, wider field of view, always welcome. Nathie, are you going to buy a Windows MR headset? Well, PacMax, no, because we own two. We have a Samsung Odyssey, and we also have a development edition of the Acer one. Oh, that color, it's so blue, but I still like this design a bit more. Okay, I mean, this looks funny in a way, a little alien-like. I don't know. Let me know, like, what headset do you think looks better? The Samsung Odyssey or the Acer one? Would love to know. We are going to have a little fashion race here. Wow. Hey Nathie, what's your idea of a perfect multiplayer experience? One word, Oasis. That's all I have to say. What's your favorite candy? Please get a PO box so I can send you some Canadian candy. Ooh la la. Now we're talking. Yeah, I should get a PO box for candy. That sounds like a plan to me. But thank you for your kind comment and your offer, of course. My favorite candy would be the classic Dutch licorice. If you haven't tried it yet, then go for it. Buy some Dutch candy because it's nice. It's called Drop. It's good. It's very tasty. Playing VR is amazing, but showing friends VR for the first time is even better. Some time ago, my best friend, who is a hardcore Rick and Morty fan, played the Rick and Morty VR game at my place. It was the best thing ever. It's so awesome to hear that you, Tommy, and also others out there are demonstrating VR to their friends and family. It's such a magical experience to see them exploring the Matrix by themselves. It's so entertaining, it's so funny. And yeah, when I demonstrate VR, I usually put them into Henry from Oculus Studios. It's such a beautiful animation, and when people take their headset off, they tell me that it's like they were in a Disney Pixar movie, you know, and the smile on their faces is priceless. It is. So keep on demonstrating VR to everyone out there. Preach it. When do you think the Oculus Go will come out? It's going to happen early this year. That's what Oculus said. So let's just wait and see what happens. I would recommend you keeping your hands on the trigger just in case you want to get one, because I think it could be that they are going to be sold out pretty fast because the hype is real. So it could be that a lot of people are hunting for a Go because they are so cheap and they are easy to use. You can sit in a bus, you can sit in a plane and wear it and use it. You can go to your friends and family and take it with you and demonstrate it. It's not as restricted as a VR headset that is hooked to your PC. It's completely standalone, just like the Vive Focus. So yeah, just be sure you keep your hands at your keyboard in case it does go live. So that's all I can say, but it's going to happen pretty soon. The hype is real. What are your opinions on haptic suits for VR, such as Hardlight or Teslasuit? Do you plan on getting any? Dude, I would love to buy a haptic suit. If there is one on the market, I'm going to get it. But first I want to try it before I buy it. Makes sense. I'm soon going to check out the Teslasuit. I haven't been able to make an appointment with the company who makes the Hardlight suit yet, but if they are watching, then feel free to contact me. I'm very interested to test it and to share my opinion with you guys. So yeah, the Teslasuit is going to happen. I'm so excited to give it a try, and if I like it, I'm certainly going to get one. Do you have any games that you mainly play, such as a main game in VR? No, I don't think so. I'm still waiting for that one game I'm going to be hooked to forever for the upcoming years, but that hasn't happened yet. On a pancake monitor, I play a lot of Battlefield Hardline and Rocket League. I just can't stop playing those titles. But in VR, there is not really a game that invites me to come back on a daily basis. I did play the lab a lot, but it's not like I go there every week. That's not happening. So yeah, no main game yet. No. It's Sad Gamer Dad. Nathie, we love the way you say VR. It's great. Well, that's at least one person who likes it. Or is this a sarcastic comment? I don't know. I don't know if you already answered this, but I'm gonna ask anyways. What game or games are you most excited for in VR? Amazing channel, Nathie. Keep it up, man. Thanks, Silver Fox. And there are two games I look forward to: Vacation Simulator and Budget Cuts. Hyperino. Is there anything in VR that you try to avoid or scares you? Great heights, huge spiders, etc. Yeah, I try to avoid horror games in general with little girls in there, huge spiders, random jump scares, stuff like that. That's not really my cup of tea, no. So usually I'm just trying to play the happy stuff. Any idea if the Vive Pro will work with the existing lighthouses and controllers? Yes, I can confirm that the Vive Pro works with your old hardware. So if you got a pair of old lighthouses and controllers, then you should be fine. This is crazy. My brother tried my Vive and he literally bought a Vive of his own on the same day. What do you think, Nathie? Well, that's amazing. Have fun. Have fun. I mean, that's all I can say. And I'm very happy for you and your brother because now you can play together as well. Do you speak any languages beside English and Dutch? Yes, I speak German because Germany is laying next to the Holland land. So back in school they wanted me to learn German, and it's a fun language, very easy to speak and understand, at least from my perspective as a Dutchman. And I also speak Frisian because that's the local language we speak in this state. Look it up. Frisian is a special language. It's a rare one that not a lot of people are able to speak. Yeah, it's nice. It sounds like a mix of Swedish, German and Dutch, I would say. I think that's what it is. It sounds very Scandinavian, but it isn't. So it's an old, like, Viking language. That's what it is. That sounds badass. I found out that after a while of playing VR, it started to feel fake. The first time I did a roller coaster, it felt a lot scarier than the next one a month later. Have you lost any interest in VR at all? Ooh, that Java man, that's a good one. Honestly, yes, I did lose a bit of interest along the way. But I'm not sure if we should call it losing interest in virtual reality. I think it's more like it becomes a normal thing. You do it on a daily basis, it becomes a casual routine, and then you get used to the feeling of being in VR. Let's say if you are playing a VR game or experience twice a month, then it will always feel special, I think. But if you just do it every day and you're spending a lot of time within the metaverse, then your brain is going to adapt to it and think like, oh, this is normal, and maybe it will also realize that some of the stuff you see is fake. I think that's with everything in life you use a lot. Let's say this monitor I just bought, it's an ultra wide, and I can remember that the first week I had this monitor, I was like, whoa, it's so big, it's mind-blowing. But now when I look at it, it's like, oh, well, it's normal, this is what I use every day. So yeah, it's with everything basically, and it's the same story for VR. Do you think that GTA 6 and other famous titles which are not VR supported will be compatible in VR or with VR? Yes, I think so. As you may know, Rockstar is now testing certain gameplay mechanics in LA Noire, and I think a part of that testing they did is getting used in GTA 6. I don't know what other titles you are talking about here, but I'm sure we will see more VR support in the AAA games out there. And that can be a mini game that you can play in VR or the complete experience, like we have seen with Skyrim and also Fallout. You can just switch a button and bam, you're in the metaverse playing it. So yeah, I think we will see more VR support in the near future. GTA 6 for sure. I don't know what Rockstar is doing in their office. I don't know what kind of secret development projects they have going on there. But looking at LA Noire, I'm almost sure they are going to do it. So yeah, we'll see. Rumor has it. Would you recommend the TP Cast for Oculus Rift users? Honestly, I haven't tried the TP Cast, so I can't really tell you if you should buy it or not. Personally, I'm waiting for the Intel WiGig wireless adapter, but so far I've only seen them promoting it alongside the Vive Pro. So I don't know if the Intel wireless adapter is going to work with the Oculus Rift. If anyone knows more about that, then please let us know in the comments below. It would be handy. Hey Nathie, what do you think of the VR community in general? Are there a lot of salty/rude players? Well, that's a good one, Disa. I would say that the majority of the VR community is super nice, friendly, and really wants to share the magic of VR together. But of course, there is a small group out there that ruins it for the rest, or tries to. It usually doesn't work. That group just exists out of toxic trolls, rude and salty players. I mean, it's happening everywhere in the digital world. If you go into, let's say, Rec Room, VR Chat, Onward, Pavlov, etc., you will always meet one or two players that just don't seem to be very nice to the rest, but you can just ignore them. Nowadays you can just mute them, you can do a lot of stuff to keep them away from you. But let's say 90% of the VR community is just awesome. So it's not that bad, but sometimes you do encounter a troll. Beware. Have you heard about using an Xbox camera for full body tracking? If so, would you recommend it? Well, I do know what you are talking about, and I've seen people in game using a Kinect camera to track their bodies, and it seemed to work. It looked nice, it looked natural, but I haven't been able to try it out myself. So it's totally up to you if you want to check this out. I think a Xbox camera isn't that expensive, so it doesn't hurt to start experimenting with this. I think it could be cool if you get it to work in, let's say, a game like VR Chat or maybe a different game you like. I do know that not every title out there supports this technology, but there are a few that are pretty much open source and give you the opportunity to test your Kinect camera. So it's your call, but I haven't tried it, so I can't tell you if it's any good or if it's bad or not. I think it's a mix of two. Yeah. What did you think of the movie Ready Player One? Boba, if you haven't seen it yet, then go to the cinema right now and watch it twice because it is amazing, especially if you are into VR. If you never experienced VR before, it's going to be fun too, but in a different way. If you spend a lot of time in VR, then Ready Player One is going to get you excited for the near future. So yes, go watch it if you are a fan or not. It's for everyone out there. That's the magic of Steven Spielberg. This is a comment that got posted a month ago, so I think I'm a little late, but I do appreciate the invite. So Haptics, if you are watching this Q&A, then feel free to contact me on email and let's work something out. I would love to try your gloves and see what they are capable of. So let's make it happen. I just love VR. It's amazing. I got my PlayStation VR last year for Mother's Day. I just hope to see more zombie games. Also, you are such a sweetie. Love watching you. Don't ever stop. I'm a 54-year-old grandmother and I've been playing video games since forever. I will never stop till the day I die. That's the spirit. Thank you, Lynn, for this comment. I really appreciate it, and I think you got one of the most epic presents ever on Mother's Day. Come on, it's a PlayStation VR. That's a great gift. I would freak out if I would be a mom. So I hope you are having fun with the PlayStation VR because Sony has a nice lineup of games and experiences. And that, ladies and gentlemen, was another episode of the VR Unplugged Q&A series. I hope you enjoyed watching this one. If you did, then be sure to slam that like button as always. And yeah, don't forget to shoot me a comment for the next episode of VR Unplugged. You can ask me whatever you want. It can be about VR, AR, or something totally else. Be my guest. And now it's time for me to sign off. And as I always say, and I see ya guys next time. See you in the metaverse. Bye bye. See ya later. Whew, yes, that was fun.